The Rise of Nationalism in Europe, Part 3. In this, we are going to learn about Romanticism. What do you mean by Romanticism? Romanticism is a cultural movement that sought to develop a particular form of nationalist sentiment. Romantic artists and poets generally criticized the glorification of reason and science and focused on emotions, intuition and mystical feeling. The effort was to create a sense of a shared collective heritage, a common cultural past as the basis of a nation. English poets William Wordsworth, Lord Byron, German philosopher Johann Gottfried Herder are a few examples of romantic nationalists. Johann Gottfried Herder was a German philosopher of the 19th century. He claimed that true German culture was to be discovered among the common people, that is, das Volk. Folk songs, folk poetry and folk dances popularized the spirit of nation. So, collecting and recording these forms of folk culture was essential to the project of nation building according to Johann Gottfried Herder. The development of nationalism did not come about only through wars and territorial expansion, but culture played a significant role too. Art, poetry, stories and music helped to express and shape nationalist feeling. Folk songs, folk poetry and folk dances popularized the spirit of nation. Vernacular languages and collection of folklore develop a sense of national feeling among the illiterate people. The Polish artist Karol Kurpinski encouraged national struggle through his operas and music, turning folk dances like the Polonaise and Mazurka into national symbols. Language also played an important role in developing nationalist feelings. The Polish used language as a weapon against Russian domination. The emphasis of vernacular language played a significant role in carrying out the nationalist message among the larger audience who were illiterate. This was especially true in the case of Poland, that was mostly under the control of Russia, where the nationalist feeling was kept alive by language and music. In Poland, after the failure of 1831 revolt against Russia, the clergies used language as a weapon of national resistance. Though prohibited, Polish was used for church gatherings and religious instructions. The use of Polish came to be seen as a symbol of the struggle against Russian dominance. Next one, the first stage of the unification of Germany, the Frankfurt Parliament. In the German regions, a large number of political associations were formed. Its members were middle class professionals, businessmen and prosperous artisans. They came together in the city of Frankfurt and decided to elect for an all-German National Assembly. This National Assembly was known as the Frankfurt Parliament. On 18th May 1848, 831 elected representatives assembled in the Frankfurt Parliament convened in the Church of St. Paul. They drafted a constitution for a German nation to be headed by a monarchy subjected to a parliament and offered the Prussian king to be the constitutional monarch. The king of Prussia rejected this offer and joined other monarchs to oppose the elected assembly. Gradually, the support base of the assembly eroded and troops were called in and assembly was disbanded. Now, let us see what happened in the Frankfurt Parliament. To begin with the German unification, the first step was the Frankfurt Parliament of 1848. This was called by the middle class Germans to unite different regions of Germany into a German Confederation governed by an elected parliament. This liberal initiative was suppressed by the combined forces of monarchy, military, and it was supported by large landowners of Prussia called Jungers. The second stage was the Prussian leadership and initiative in the unification of Germany. Prussian Chief Minister Otto von Bismarck was the architect of this process that was carried out with the help of military and bureaucracy. There were 3 wars fought during 7 years with Austria, Denmark and France to unify the German regions. In January 1871, the Prussian King William I was proclaimed as the Emperor of German Empire. In 1871, William I was declared as the Emperor of Germany at the Palace of Versailles. The process of the unification of Germany exhibited the power of the Prussian state. Many new reforms were initiated in banking, currency, administration and judiciary in Germany.